Good morning. My name is Kristina Dennis, and I am the Transformational Self Empowerment Master. And I'm coming to you on a kind of rainy morning from Southern California. It's very exciting, but my connection may not be great. I've been on a few Zoom meetings this morning, and it's been, but I'm still going to do this, and the right stuff will come out. I have been thinking about us writing our histories and some of the things that come out of that, what happens whenever we have some painful memories or we feel some resistance, or perhaps we're a little frightened to get moving because it seems daunting. And I wanted to bring up a tool of daily or affirmations, positive affirmations. And many of us have seen, satires on positive affirmations. I like me, doggone it. There was the big one on Saturday Night Live for a long time. But the truth of the matter is they work. And there is a lot of reasons why they work, and there's a lot of science. And I was introduced to them 20 plus years ago. And I remember not understanding why they made me feel better. But as I have gone into this work, and this has become my life's work, I realized that they are invaluable to people. And they're so easy, and using them whenever you're not in duress can help reprogram your brain so that you can manage things that may seem threatening in the future. And I thought about when we're doing our work and how threatening that might feel to some people, and you may not even be able to understand because of the subconscious. And so I did a little research, and of course, again, all this information is on transformationalselfempowerment.com. But the true science behind affirmations or mantras, one thing that I thought was really cool is that mantra is the Sanskrit word for, sound tool. So although in Sanskrit or yoga meditations, they use it to reflect nature and those kinds of sounds, they don't use the spoken word. There's actually some discussion about that is where the spoken word came from. It was to make ourselves feel better. It was to be able to live in this world as one, and as well as communication. But it was based on the fact that we used mantras. And I think that's probably true. In psychology today, though, they talk about the subconscious mind, and I've known this for a really long time. But to put some fact behind what I'm saying so that it isn't all woo-woo or disconcerting to some people who are very, very much like logical, the subconscious doesn't know the difference between reality and fantasy. Now, that's both good and bad, because if you are being told something isn't happening when it is happening, you can store that in your subconscious and be completely confused. And so that's why we do these positive affirmations, to change those kinds of thought processes, to increase the network, to bring the frontal cortex into our thinking. The other thing that is very interesting is that it doesn't understand the difference between a negative statement and a successful or a positive statement. So if your mantra is, I am successful, then the subconscious plants success, and it starts looking for ways to bring success into your life, and it starts seeing the opportunities that maybe you miss. But if your mantra is, I don't want to be a failure, it puts the word failure into your brain. And that's why there's a lot of workshops being taught about affirmations. There's a ton of books. There's plenty of places for you to go and get them. There's plenty of ways to learn how to write them. I always suggest working with somebody once we've discovered some of the real negative patterns that have held us back or hurt us, or the belief systems that we're holding in our emotional DNA that will help us combat that. But of course, it is a very personal journey. The other thing about affirmations is that it takes advantage of the reward circuit. And don't we get more bees with honey, right? I mean, we all know that, but for whatever reason, our self-talk doesn't reflect that. And that, I guess that isn't because there's some reason. There's so many messages from the world telling us we're not enough, we're not enough. If you were raised in a family that wasn't, abusive or dysfunctional, you're sure as heck getting it in school, and you're sure as heck going to get it in the real world. So we really pretty much all benefit from this, and being able to take care of our doubts by doing positive affirmations. They talk about doing them before bedtime, because your brainwave is in an alpha state. And I really believe in filling the tank up, and depositing into the spiritual bank. And that means doing the work when you're in a state of calmness, saying the things when you're in a state of calmness so that they come up immediately. That muscle memory, that emotional DNA has been rewired, and you have them available to you when you're in the middle of stress. Hi, Stephanie. One other thing that was brought up that I didn't realize, and I'm going to start incorporating it, is using your name and attaching it to a feeling is going to be the most powerful affirmation that you can find. And I know I'm going to feel silly saying this, so I'm going to say it because I think it's an affirmation that everybody can use, no matter where their circumstances are, and especially when we're doing this work and we want to make changes. So my affirmation is, I, Kristina, am changing, and I feel strong. And I think that that can be applied to any area of my life, especially in transformational work, especially in learning how to be empowered. I am changing. Anything that has told us that we are this way and that's the way we will always be is a lie. But if you were labeled like I was labeled, if you were told that, oh, girls don't do that, or we're not allowed to have it all, or we have to submit ourselves, or things are not fair or equal, you can change that for yourself. And I, Kristina, am changing, and I feel strong. Because when I don't feel strong, that's whenever I panic and I don't have that comfortable feeling. I learned a long time ago, I don't need circumstances to be going the way that I would love for them to be going. Wouldn't that be great? It's just not usually realistic. What I need is the confidence and the ability to know that no matter what shows up in my day, I am strong and I can confront it and deal with it, ask for help around it, get through it. And, that comes with almost 50 years on this planet. It comes with a lot of hard work. It comes with a lot of journaling and remembering what I've been through, what my friends have been through, what I've seen in this world, and how things can change. So I wanted to leave you with that little bit of a tip. We can talk more about affirmations as we continue to do this work. I hope that you're working on your personal history. If you're starting to get to that place where you want to work with a mentor, I highly suggest it so that you can have somebody see who you are. Isolation is the enemy. Secrets are the enemy. And we are enough. And we've been told for a long time, probably many of us, I know all of us have been told by social media and television and press that we're not enough. But if you happen to be in a position where you were told that from a wee little bit, like I was, that I was unwanted, we have to fight back. So you are strong and you are changing. And I, Kristina, am changing and I am strong. And I hope you guys have a great Wednesday. And I look forward to popping in here tomorrow and talking a little more about the subject that I love, which is transformations. All right, take care.